Hello and welcome back to I'm Gorgeous. Oh dear. Anywho, welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and today we're on the duck road again, and there's no ducks this time. Sad times, no ducks. I do like seeing the ducks. Are we recording? We are recording. Great. And so today we're talking about a little bit about the future of this bike. If you've seen a recent video on, I was doing while I was on the CB750, we did talk about, the future of this bike. And, I haven't actually released either video yet because I'm trying to be as ahead of the curve as I can. But I am predicting there might be some questions coming from that, so I'm going to try answer those now. Basically, no, there is no fixed plan for this bike. I'm not saying I'm actively trying to sell it or anything. I don't think anyone's going to just make me an offer on it or anything like that. It is this bike is very specific to me. It's how I wanted it, and everything's worked out absolutely fantastic, to be honest. From the suspension changes to the, tune and the Delcovic headers. It's all worked really, really well. So, anyone who has messaged me in the past like, oh, well, why would you sell it? It's so nice. Other people like me, size-wise, do exist, so at some point it might make sense sell it and move on to the next thing, because, the kind of what's next plans for this is, it kind of does everything that I could want it ever to do already, you have I have the luggage rack, I have the Kriega US 40 kind of travel luggage pack that could strap onto that and honestly do pretty much any weekend trip. But yeah, there's like one more thing I could do to this bike, which is to put rear sets on and then bring it back to the track and see what it can really do, which honestly there hasn't been a huge appetite for. Obviously there's also a quick shifter. If I was going to go back to the track, quick shifter is certainly something that might make sense then. But as to right now, this bike in its current form is kind of perfect for me. It does everything I want it to do. It has a bit of wind protection, it has the luggage rack on the back if I want to take it anywhere. It sounds great, feels great, looks great. So yeah, unless something comes up that really makes me want to move this on, and I probably haven't published any of those yet as well, but there's a couple of videos that are either already published or are going to be published of bikes I like, bikes that I want to compare this to, and see, is there anything theoretically that could turn my head, because obviously on a daily basis I see bikes that I would love to own, and there is not a time that I turn on Facebook Marketplace and there's never not something that I'm like, oh, I would love to own that. It doesn't really happen to me. So it's one of those things, it's like something has to give, and I mentioned that in the last video, so I won't go into it. But yeah, so future plans for this, because I know it's been asked, pretty much leave it as is. I really like this bike exactly how it is. It does everything I really want it to do. It does everything I want it to do really well. And it just feels great when I'm out and about. It's very much a fun bike. And the other thing that I want to talk about is winter maintenance. Now obviously, oh no, poor dear. If you live somewhere like this, this is my winter maintenance. I'm just going to ride the bike. But people have asked me what did you do at home in Ireland, stop things rusting and whatnot. That's been asked quite a few times actually recently, because I guess my old videos are still being watched. So we'll talk through the details of cleaning and whatnot when I get home, or not when I get home, when I get to somewhere where I stop. I'll stop somewhere up here and we can look over the bike. But other than the obvious, other than giving it a good service or whatever, what I used to do is, now if I was generally riding, even in winter, all my bikes pretty regularly, but if I wasn't riding them regularly, I would throw good oil into them, even if it's been in there like half of its useful life or whatever else, and you're coming into winter, I would change it out, because you do get impurities and stuff and dirt built up in oil, and You know, I've never looked into this from a scientific perspective, but you know, people ask my opinion, so my opinion is I would rather have good clean oil in there over winter. And so that's what I used to do, is I would oh, look at the moosies. Hello moosies. They have their own little house. Let's go moosies. Come the new year, just flush it back through once, you know, even start up the bike once and then flush it back through and put in fresh stuff, just because you get condensation. You know, condensation builds up everywhere. Another thing obviously is fuel stabilizer. Again, if you can't keep your bike running and fresh fuel going into it, and you know, burning off some fuel and getting heat really up into everything, the heat is the thing that will save you from condensation. And then you're going to have to either take the fuel out, you know, put in a little bit of two-stroke oil into the tank just to kind of coat everything, switch it around. Honestly, I never bothered. Whenever I did that with yeah, I do that with tanks either. Oh, that's a big house with lots of garage space. That's a proper house. That's another massive house. This is Mansion Row, we'll call it. There's some big houses here, very pretty. But yeah, you know, holy moly, those are mansions. Jeez, this guy has colonnades. Look at all my pillars at the front of my house. Anyway, I got distracted. So yeah, two-stroke oil. If I ever do like a rusty tank jabberoo, which I just did on the SV650 recently, you know, when you use your rust treatment, whatever you might use, if you're using something that's an acid, you want to put in a base in there to neutralize it afterwards. And then after that, I put, you know, two-stroke oil in, just a little bit, swish it around. And that's not something I ever even bothered taking out, because you know, it's going to burn off fine. You don't need to. Oh, I love this bike. So much fun, and it's so fast. You know, this bike it's so fast for the road. I mean, like, it's on track. Anyone who's watched the videos knows that this isn't super fast, like in a straight line or whatever. But it is a fast bike. It is a fast bike. A fun fast bike. On the way here, I put in the Johnson County Airport. I was supposed to turn there. We'll turn around. I just wanted to see. Oh, look at little horses. I wanted to see the Johnson County Airport. I hear you. I'm going to turn. Don't worry. I'm going to turn when I can, folks. We're going to go. We got to go back. We got to go back. I think there's somewhere I can turn up here. But yeah, other than that, I mean, your oil, your fluids, you know, put like a fuel stabilizer into your fuel if you want to just, you know, you leave the fuel in there and try not have it pick up a load of water. There's like, I think it's like just drying agents that go in and basically help the fuel not pick up all that water, which is, like I said, that's what you're trying to avoid. Thanks, Oakey Grove Missionary Baptist Church. Missionary, eh? That's an unpleasant joke while I'm actually at a church. I apologize. Anyone who... No, I don't. I'm lying. But yeah, so other things then is that I used to do is, and I still do, you know, is you want to get like a really good brush that you can get in around here. What I used to do on the CBF 1000, for instance, because that thing got a lot of wet weather, crappy weather, is take the rear wheel off, you know, take this off so you can get in behind and clean all in back here, because in there is where it gets the worst of it. Then I used to do ACF 50 treatments and stuff, and again, you can actually see there's a little bit of crud in there. Well, maybe you can't see it, but in there from the track days, there's a little bit of stuff there. So, you know, you want to get like a little vacuum cleaner nozzle, or like a long kind of toilet brush. I used to get little toilet brushes and clean all that really good, because whatever with your wheels, like, it's pretty easy to keep your forks clean. It's pretty easy to keep up here clean. Now this bike actually needs a quick clean soon again. Do try to keep this one clean because I love it so much. Wheels and stuff, you know, they're bad, but actually where the water sits and salty crappy stuff sits is in here, like inside that little groove in your engine, and eats away at it. And then all this stuff in here, everything in there. So that's something I would really strongly recommend, is getting brushes that can kind of access things and you know, get in, clean all those nooks and crannies, and then apply you know, ACF 50 once in a while, or if you can do it more often, I used to also do like GT85 as well. Just some kind of like oil that basically will protect the surface from corrosion, salt and all that. And the nooks and crannies. The nooks and the crannies are the big things, because you know, whatever about water, you can kind of blast water out of all the nooks and crannies with compressed air. And that's another thing I would really highly recommend getting access to compressed air if you can, like buy a little compressor, because cleaning out all those nooks and crannies becomes a lot easier if you do have that. So that's something I would strongly recommend, especially just to get like water and stuff out of those areas. It makes it a lot easier. You know, for sure, it makes it a lot easier. And then, like I said, just some kind of treatment. It doesn't even matter what it is. It doesn't matter what oil it is, or what kind of, you know, ACF 50, whatever your personal preference is. That is so pretty right there, that little lake in there. Nice little house down here. It doesn't actually matter what it is. It's just getting something, you know, something to basically protect you from salt and other stuff that gets sprayed on roads. Around here, like I said, around here, I don't need to do any of that, because this whole place is, honestly, like, the weather's never that bad here, you know what I mean? I don't think they put salt on the roads. It doesn't ever really ice over. Is this the turn? Yeah, this is the turn. It doesn't ever really ice over, so I'm kind of good. The only thing you have to kind of work out here is rocks and sand. Rocks and sand. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. Like, future plans for this bike, I don't really have any. You know, if there's anything you particularly want to see, maintenance wise, obviously I'm going to do oh, that's really cool. Is that for sale? It is for sale. That's gorgeous. You know, maintenance wise, I'm going to do the valve clearances. I'm going to check the valve clearances over winter, so I'll make that video. Other than that, there's not much else that needs doing on this bike, to be honest, which is great. So you know, we've done the spark plugs, we've done the air filter, we've done forks, we've put new spring onto the shock. I don't currently have anything to rebuild shocks, and I don't think it is rebuildable anyway. I can't remember what Racetech said. Oh, there you go. Here's the airport. You can tell because it's protegido. Oh, look, it's down there. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's ride down that way and have a look. I want to see. I want to see. So there's a Juke Life Flight. Oh, look at the helicopter. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's really cool. And it's a Life Flight helicopter, which makes it even more cool because they save people. And that's really cool. I did not know there was an airport here. Or did I know? Did I know there was an airport here? There's no way I've been here before, is there? Is this the place? I don't think I've ever been here, no. I don't think... Wait, maybe I have been here. I have been here. Okay, so hilariously, when we first moved over here, I have been here. I have been up there, Low and Slow barbecue. I did not know that was here. Well, there you go. I have been here before. That's really cool. So there we go. Look at all the planes over there. That's so cool. Let's go back over and see, can we have a look at that Life Flight helicopter, because I like that. That's especially cool. I know I said cool like 15,000 times in the last few minutes. I did not realize this place was so close to me. Props to the Life Flight people. They do a very, very important job. A very important job. I'm sure they've saved some bikers in their times. So yeah, salute to them. That's so cool. So the last time I was actually to this airport, hilariously, is over 2 years ago, and I had no idea this was only like 35 minutes from where I live now. I guess I'll have to come back here more often. I might even come to Low and Slow, have a bit of barbecue, baby. Oh, there goes a plane. Oh, this is awesome. A little baby plane. I am so impressed that this is here. I'm definitely coming back here. So yeah, that's it. There's no crazy plans. No crazy plans around doing anything to this bike. I'm just kind of enjoying it, you know, turning it on, taking it for a ride. I do want to do some kind of trip on it next year. Probably be a shorter one, like a weekend trip, just because I can just put the one bag on the back and that's about it. I don't want to add any luggage or anything to it. So I'd like to do that. And yeah, I mean, like I said, if you'd like to see anything done on this bike, other than the maintenance, you know, that I've already done and or I'm going to do, you know, let me know in the comments if there's any modifications you'd like. I don't know what I bother doing the quick shifter now, just because I would have done it. I would have 100% done it for the track, but I don't think I'm going to take this to the track again, because I have the SV, and the SV I care a lot less about, if that makes sense. I love this bike, and I would be sad if anything was to happen to it. So the SV I would obviously still be upset to a degree, but it's not like this one. So, you know, I think that might be the but at the same time, you know, I would bring it back to track again. I would throw rear sets on it, do a quick shifter if I could afford to, you know, to give the people what they want. So basically, let me know, what would you like to see, if anything, from it. Yeah, anything else? Is there anything else I do with the winter? Obviously, if you're going to take your bike out, you know, check your tire pressures. If you have a track bike that you run like water wetter in and stuff, and like distilled water, you need to take that out in Ireland. There goes another plane. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, they're like bikes in the sky, those little ones. Not as interesting though, because you know you can't do turns as fun. I would like to learn to ride like I would like to learn to fly small planes at some point though. I think that'd be cool. If Greg ever returns to where I live, then maybe he'd teach me. But yeah, other than that, like, again, coolant wise, if you have actually distilled water and water wetter, drain it out. If you're in somewhere that's going to go below freezing, not worth the risk. I'll be draining the SV650 after my next track day, because again, it's cheap to replace, and it's not worth cracking a block or something because you didn't want to take it out. You know, check your brake fluid. Do it every 2 years, honestly. If you're going to take the bike out, check your tire pressures, because obviously if it's really cold in winter, that is going to change. Other than that, I mean, just the regular stuff, like checking your chain, tires, brakes, you know. Drain your coolant, obviously. If it is different than what I would do, is I put a big tag on it, just so you don't forget to go run it without coolant, because obviously that won't end badly immediately, but it will end badly pretty quick. Fuel, either drain it out, or either drain out the fuel, or put in fuel stabilizer. If you think you're going to use it at all, just put in fuel stabilizer, and that's and other than that, it's just clean everything really well. And if you're, you know, in Europe, use ACF 50. If you're over here, use something else. I don't think you can get ACF 50 over here, but something like that, a treatment that just kind of protects your paint and your coatings. And the big thing is clean all those nooks and crannies. That's how I stop things rusting as much as I could. But the other thing is, you're going to get some rust. If you live somewhere like that and you're out in the winter, you're going to get some rust. But the thing is, it's a bike, it's made to be used. If you do get a little bit of rust, clean it up as best you can, treat it as best you can, and it'll be fine. You know, as long as you don't let it eat away your frame, it'll be fine. If it's just a little bit, clean it, repaint it, protect it, whatever, it'll be fine. So yeah, that's it. If you watched, thank you very much for watching. As always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. And yeah, until next time, I'm going to go home now before it gets dark and enjoy this lovely bike. And yeah, that's it. Thanks very much again. Adios. Outro crew. If you could sell this bike, you know, if I gave you the option, hey, you can sell this bike, Outro crew, what would you buy instead of it? You know, would it be a project bike? Would it be a Yamaha R9? You know, what would it be? Let me know. I'm interested. Let me know what you'd get instead. Bye, Outro crew.